Hello everybody, Hidden Flame here, and welcome back for another episode of Endwalker. Let's talk to Cryle, shall we? School's... Sound the bell, school's in. Oh! There you are, feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to the stadium, as it happens. I wanted to try and speak with Scholar Arch Monty Chanjan to thank him for coming to our rescue in the Rastra. As it turns out, he came here to see us, following the hearing, only to find out we had already departed for Thanavar. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still visiting, still waiting for Y'shtola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Why not? Then it is settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go ahead to the phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should show my face around the stadium. Poor time. Might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Oh, he's not going. Oh, over here. Oh, this has got to be good. Heading out for a stroll. Heading to the stadium. Wanna come? The Scholar himself was here? In that case, what are we waiting for? I am too eager to see him, though. Though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the stadium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alphino of all people, worrying over his reputation. And at our alma mater, no less. Will wonders never cease? You will understand soon enough. Off we go. Oh, he has a little Wren. That's the stadium, huh? Why do they call it the stadium when it's just a glorified lecture hall? Why do people run faster than me? Oh, have I not actually tagged this one? Nope. I was here and didn't even tag it. They're dumb. Here it is. The phenomenon. Well, I expect you made note of it before. One can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it has also housed numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the stadium, it was established to promote the study of atheological phenomena, hence the name. Although the aether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable fact of life, and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, the phenomenon was decreed complete, and the stadium officially opened as a place of learning. With long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in aetherology, the arcane, the occult, astronomy, and countless other fields, standing proud. Charlian's foremost educational institute. He always did enjoy giving the grand tour to the new students. That's kind of what it was feeling like. Indeed, I have long since lost track of how many times he has recited the same foppish speech. Such is his undying love for his old stomping ground. He was in top form back then. The youngest into the stadium, graduated with the highest honors in magical arts and aetherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the stadium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're both equally prestigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alphino actually entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. I am certainly not the stadium's most notorious master debater. Oh, he's a master debater, huh? He's a master debater? Say it faster. Master debater. In all respects, have I ever been in his shadow. If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alphino Levier began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alphino, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Cool. Well, no time like the present. First things first, let's look for the Scholar Monache. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he is fond to wander wherever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. That's Alphino Levier, wasn't it? The Alphino Levier? He was with his sister and Master, Baldessian's granddaughter? This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Do you know where the headmaster is? Oh, sorry. You said you were looking for the scholar? Yes. Knowing him, he could be anywhere. Miss Alpa should have a better idea. Oh, okay. Looks like this is... It looks like this is where the hunts thing, I think, is. Just looking around. Everybody ring the bell, Skulson! Are you lost? Wandering in off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh from the guild ship. Am I right, aren't I? Nah. Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid the warm welcome to the Searchers' Meet. Let me start with one question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the stadium? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal here. That's what we deal here in the Searchers' Meet. Whenever the stadium or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Piazza this, tongue of giant toad that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end. Which is possibly what some of the students were trying to accomplish. This being a school of magic and all. And as our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information about the Scholararch's whereabouts. Oh, I beg your pudding. You're not a gleaner? Then this, was all an elaborate ruse? No, wait. Come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be in the first place. My mistake. He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, you'll see the opposite side of the entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios. Not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. In the time it takes me to tell you this, the Scholararch has probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I feel like you'll be needing it. Okay. I'm hoping the Scholararch is the headmaster. The Scholararch was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though he spoke at length, I do not recall mentioning where he was planning to go next. When he parted way, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums.
Remember you?
Thank you.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the Annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Montoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat. We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third? Not entirely inaccurate, but nor is it the answer I was looking for. That would be corporeal ether. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. we would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
That was 1.0.
The seventh umbral calamity.
Wow, they mentioned it.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable. Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet. I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend. Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Why was my character so infatuated with the piece of paper? What? If I am game, what? Whatever. Well, that's giving me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives. And there's mysteries of life itself for good measure. It's funny. I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude only to leave before inundated than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon in the days to come. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way you could better acquaint yourself with Kiapo, as the research suggested, or the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raya. Well, I'm actually going to be forced to go talk to her. Yeah, I don't... What do I need? Is this... Oh, I got... It's a level 80? Okay, let's take a look. See... You have to complete the side quest in Inscrutable Tastes. Fair enough. What is this? Snow? Is it snowing again? Oh, I actually have to go here. Waiting a second to see if anybody gets any info here. What is this? Oh. Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the stadium proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow Scions. As expected, news of the warding skills were met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Lim's Lamosa. So the time has come to go on the offensive? It is too early to say for certain, but it does seem to be the way of the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vildbrand. Let us start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? I was expecting them to be stolen. Phew. Didn't realize these crates were so heavy. Well, you are like 20 pounds. I can't complain though. Vitra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of the scales. So you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the form's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here to do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await a word from Master Matoya and the other allies. With luck, we'll have good news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Lim Salamosa. Everybody grab one. Let's go. God, it's been so long since I've seen the Admiral. God, it's been forever since I've been here. Let's take this off. Actually, let's go in with our... Where is it? Did I remove it? I want to go in with my... Oh, I did remove it. Let's change up the outfit. This is something I made a while back. Yeah, let's go. And I like it too because the hat works well with the with the eye thing. I am told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is present attending the Eldercy and the Sultana. They're the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or shall I see you in? Well, it's about to come for the most powerful women in the world. My apologies for calling you away from Charleon on short notice. On the contrary, we are honored to be and grateful. A pleasantry surprise to be jolted by such an esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggling to contain the threat possessed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will be claimed through a decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. As reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But I must ask you what your plan entails. It hinges entirely on the warding skills and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Charlian, our allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. It makes matters worse, the surge in abductions of kobolds, Shahagan, Ixal, and Anmanta have given rise to the increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph at Razahan has given us cause for hope, and hope once more. Time has come to free ourselves from this menace. And it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telepharoi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the heart of the enemy's heart, Golemod. These brave few will be the Isambard contingent. And to think such progress was made in such short span. Its objective was twofold. The first is to provide aid for the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. They serve the Telepharoi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but it's the right thing to do. I would not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I only ask that in choosing to remember, we do not, also for the sake our compassion and morality. For without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we failed to make any headway. Though the same could be said of the Telepharoi. There's certainly no rush to press further into our lands. I wager the Spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtola's analysis of the tower's influence and of ethereal current. Yes, I got it right. Okay, based on her observations of the Tower of Zod, The spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of the ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefits. It wouldn't have surprised me the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire at the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down along with those infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Isobald contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that? Oh. For honor and glory. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support, and they're on their way to meet with the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Isobald. Ralvan and Lord Emmerich are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing first and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telepheroi. So much as draw steel. As for us, we will keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go. Safe in the knowledge that Eorzea will be left as you left it, or better, upon your return. I had to do the thing. Honor and glory, it's... Get Rabania! Oh my god, am I gonna go see Lise? She finally gonna make her appearance. Okay, I hate this place. So we're gonna fly over. It's Robin! The Wanderer's return. You've been busy. Bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those working skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Emmerich be leading the contingent? Regretfully, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations and cohesive unit. Once we have seen you off, it is back to our respective booths. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. Just between us, there is a far amount of opposition to the formation of the Isilbard contingent. This very suggestion that we'll send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly, no, though. I do my best, truth be told. I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I've battles of my own to fight, where my words may serve me better than my blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Emmerich's struggles minor to my own. For the time being, we can offer you the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Isilbard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again? Hey, you. Hi, guys. Much has occurred since we parted ways in Werlit. From what I gather, the protective talismans you've obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maximum. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us. Strange. Thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Tiliferoi have laced my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel to Isilbard contingent, I would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of the former Legis and attempt to rise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether it's branded a villain or hailed a hero, I would only render your efforts. I doubt they'll be pleased to see the champion Eorzea set foot on Garland soil. Fair point, but as long as you refrain from announcing your arrival to all and sundry, the average person should have no inkling of your identity. Although your titles and deeds are common knowledge, only a select few would recognize you from inside alone. Perhaps one day they will learn that the Warrior of Light is not the demon to be feared, but a woman deserving of their trust. In sight of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, I love Garlemald. My love for Garlemald endures. I would love at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask your escorts? Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. That was a long one. Okay. Before we begin this next part, I am going to go set up a glamour. While this is going to be a cool outfit to use in battles, I want to change something up a bit. So, I'm going to go do that. And in the next episode, we will continue. But you won't see it until I'm ready to use it. Hopefully, I can change as needed. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.